Hello everyone, welcome to Property Portfolio. I'm Shmriti. Thank you so much for being with us right now in episode 3. Last episode we were having a conversation on investment opportunity in property market, and thank you so much for sending us your queries. And we have because of the number of queries that we received, we have decided to continue the topic in our episode number 3 as well. So today we will be talking about the investment opportunities, but we will focus duplex. And today I have Mr. Anurag Humagain once again with me. Anurag ji, thank you so much for joining us. It is always a pleasure to have you with us.
Thank you, Smith. It's been a pleasure to be back again.
Anurag ji, so without wasting much time, let's start our episode. Since we are covering or focusing on duplex, could we understand more what is duplex and how do we know which duplex site to invest?
Okay, firstly, Smith, is it the duplex site investment is actually a type of property investment options which has a very good short-term returns. Here you will be sort of investing in a duplex site to build duplexes and sell or rent for profit. But before going there, we need to understand what is a duplex site, right? So duplex site is technically it's one lot, one block of land where you can build two houses or a duplex, right? A typical duplex has two homes sort of built in one lot where both houses sort of share a common wall but have like separate entranceways. Both houses could be on a same land title, or it could be, if it is subdivided, it can be in a two separate land title. Okay, so in that case, it will be like two separate freestanding houses. Now, investment in duplex sites has been a very, very attractive form of property investment, I should say, over the last 20 years, because it has been, the land has been very, very expensive and also scarce, in busy busy suburbs. So so typically it involves a process of identifying and securing very profitable duplex sites. Then we got to do all sort of due diligence and meet the council requirements, and then construct the two separate dwellings or houses and then sell it in a profit. So, or actually, should I say, sorry, should I also add that you can also rent it out for rental income? And in that case, normally the rental income or the rental yield would be better than your borrowing cost. So you will be, in a profit most of the time, and also you will in the future you will get, you will accumulate equity, which you can use to, invest in other opportunities, right? So now securing a good duplex site sort of it does need a lot of knowledge about the suburb profile, location information, clients' expectations, and you got to have a decent finance knowledge as well. So all these disciplines has to be applied to make a good decision in favor of the client's benefit. We at Metro Projects, we have a very good network of agents and suppliers. They facilitate us with the supply of like potential duplex sites. Also, we have our own land acquisition department to find and secure very good duplex sites with potential, I should say, good return on investments. Thank you.
And we were also sort of having a few conversation on the duplex investment earlier, and there was this term mom and dad investment. Why is it called mom and dad investment for duplex?
Well, it's not mom and dad call for a duplex. What it means is, in investment term, mom and dad investment uh, is a kind of investment where it's just an ordinary person with a mortgage and a family. So it can be any of us. But yeah, duplex investment is sort of a good option for mom and dad investors because it gives them an option to live in one house and rent the other one, uh, which will help them to pay off their borrowing cost. And also when the kids grow up, they can have their own privacy and they can move into the second house. So that's why it is called mom and dad investments. But it's nothing like, the name suggests, not only for mom and dad, but yeah, people with family and movies.
Thank you, Anuragji, for clarifying the mom and dad investment opportunities and what does it mean in duplex. So, in order to construct a duplex with your experience, does it have to be in a established suburb to have good return, or can we construct in a developing suburb? What do you think is the right decision?
Thank you, Smriti. See, we can technically build duplexes anywhere as long as it is approved by the council, right? Because they're the ones who tell us yes or no. Don't just assume that we can build a duplex because the land is too big. There are certain requirements by the council, but don't forget the main reason of doing this is to maximize the return of your investment, right? I mean, you wouldn't technically go and build a duplex in a regional area where you can buy a piece of land at a very cheap price, So why would you build a duplex? I mean, especially for investment purpose, there's I don't see any reason why you should build a duplex in a regional area because the land is cheap, right? Unless you are building it for your family and they all want to live under the same roof, that's a different story. But yeah, we are now talking about duplex as an investment. So yeah, you can build anywhere as long as the council approves. But don't forget that land is scarce in established suburbs. I mean, let's give an example. Bardia. Do you think we can get a land where we can build a duplex in Bardia? No way. We can't. I mean, we don't even get a small piece of land, for 3 months, 6 months. But to get that where we can build a duplex is almost impossible. So then, yes, if we find it, good luck, we can do it. But if not, what do? We have to move to the next developing suburbs. So in this case, next suburbs closer to Bardia would be, I would go to Austral or Lippington, which is developing. There are new developments coming. Land is getting scarce there as well. But at the same time, I mean, at the current scenario, if you really have a good eye for it, you can find some good land. So yeah, there is no limit where you should build a duplex. But it should be, if you find a decent block of land in developing area, that's I think that would be a good investment at the moment. I mean, if you go to an established suburb like Bardia, let's say even if you find a good piece of land suitable for duplex, it would cost you maybe $1.5 million just for the land only. So if you build a house, it's impossible to sell it and make a profit out of it.
True, yes. And also, beside the fact that we have to make sure the land is available and there's few council rules that we have to follow, are there any additional parameters in choosing the site for duplex?
Oh yeah. There are plenty of rules. I mean, we do engage our town planners and architects to look into those side of things. But according to what I know, I think there was a low-rise housing diversity code which came out in somewhere last year. I think July 2020. According to that, a duplex site must be either 400 square meters or the minimum lot size required by that council, whichever is greater. So if a certain council says that you need to have the land between 500 and 600 square meter, you need to have the land has to be inside that bracket. But yeah, if it doesn't say anything, some councils even allow up to 400 square meter. Also the duplex sites needs to be a minimum of 12 meters wide. So that means 12-meter frontage. That's the minimum. And also when you build a duplex, the minimum side setback should be at least 0.9 meters. So those are little things which normally our architects will look after. But I'm just telling from my experience. This code that I was talking about, this low-rise housing diversity code, it also requires each dwelling or each house to be at least 5 meters in wide. So it has to be at least 5 meters in wide. It has to face a public road, so it shouldn't be behind any existing dwelling or existing house, unless your lot is a corner lot. Okay, so if it's a corner lot, you can still achieve that. And the last thing that I remember is both houses need to have its own off-street parking. So that means it has to have its own garage. So these are the few things I do remember that has to it has to happen if you want to build a duplex duplex home.
Yes, and Anurag, is there, in terms of construction again, is there any difference between time frame? How long does it take to construct duplex compared to normal housing?
That's a good question, Smriti, actually, because it's I know if you don't know about the duplexes, it sounds like, oh yeah, 2 houses, it takes a lot of time, but technically it's just like building one house. So as long as all the due diligence is done and all the behind the scenes thing are done already, your subdivision and the council requirements, if everything is done, and once everything come back to us approved, and let's say we also get the commencement letter from your lender or your bank, then we can start construction straight away. So after that, it will take from between 6 to 8 months. Normally within 6 to 8 months, we should be able to finish and hand over to you.
Yes, and similar to what it takes after the commencement date when we build a house in our land and house package, is it?
Yes, almost similar, yes.
Thank you. Moving ahead, one of the questions I would like to ask is, so if, let's say, our investor would like to invest duplex with us, and how does bank come in the picture here? What's the process of arranging loans with bank? And also, moving forward, what's the rate of return if this investment does go ahead?
Thank you, Smriti. This is again, it's similar to borrowing for a single house and also say single house and land package, but here you will be sort of buying one land and maybe subdivide into two separate pieces of land and build 2 freestanding houses, or you'll be building one set of duplex in one land, right? Which will obviously have a common wall. Now, obviously, banks will do their own valuations and check for the serviceability by the borrower and all those things, and when it is all approved from their side, they will lend to the borrower, and the approved amount will be then dispersed to the borrower or to the builder or developer according to the lending process, or should I say whatever is on the progress payment on the schedules. As an investor, you should always remember that your interest clock will start ticking when the first payment is made by the bank. So a lot of people think that, my interest will only start kicking in after I get the property from the builder or when it is handed over to me, but no, it starts ticking, you start paying the interest as soon as the bank makes the first payment to the builder, right? So you need to factor in this borrowing cost as well when you invest for a duplex site, so that your end goal should be making a decent amount of profit from the investment. Now, coming back to what's the general rate of return in this investment, generally when we source a land and do all due diligence, we use the services of different experts, which may include our legal team, our finance team, town planners, private certifiers, our architects, our developers, builders, etc., etc. And to make it as much risk averse as possible for our client. The rate of return can be anywhere between 7 and 12% from my experience, and it is always dependent on what location we go, because technically the construction price is almost fixed, but the land prices are all over the place. So we can't really, I can't really tell you that the rate of return would be X amount on this land, and it could be the same. It should be the same on that land, because every land has got different features, different prices. So that's why normally it's a different, I should say, rate of return for all different projects or different duplex sites. But if you come with your own land, let's say if you have your own land and you want to come and make a duplex, you want us to build a duplex for you, and you have done all your due diligence, you have engaged your solicitors or your architects and everyone, and we are just building it for you. In that case, I've heard stories where people make a living out of it. They make up to 30-35% profit on one single duplex site. So yeah, it's a very good investment. I mean, if you want us to do everything, still it's a very good investment, like 7 to 12% compared to what the banks are paying you now, 2-3%, I think. But if you bring your own land, you'll make big money.
Thank you, Anurag, for giving your detailed answer about the rate of return, because I guess as an investor, we do, one who is investing wants to know what's the profit for their investment. And to viewers who is watching our show, thank you for joining us. If you have any questions regarding the investment opportunity in duplex, if you want to know more about the duplex, please feel free to send us the direct message or call us. We are here, we are open. And also, one of the lucky viewers had the opportunity to win $5,000 gift voucher, which you can use in constructing land and house package, or even investing in duplex. You never know. All right, so moving ahead, is there any suburb, let's say our company is currently focusing on in developing or constructing the duplex site, and if any investor out there is watching this show and they want to invest in it, how is company allowing that platform for investors to approach us?
Sure. Yes, of course, we are doing quite a few duplex sites at the moment. Because it is, like I explained to you before, it is such a profitable projects to work on our duplex sites. We always are on the lookout to secure a good piece of land and make it a package for potential investors. At the same time, we as a builder, we as a developer, we are always building duplexes as well, even for ourselves, and then we can then later sell it as individual houses to the buyers. So that's something that we do as well. But for you, for an investor to come in as a to come in and take the whole duplex site, and to build both houses with us and then sell it or rent it out. Yeah, we've done that for plenty of clients before as well. At the same time, we are currently doing quite a few other projects as well. I've actually got a presentation ready for you, which I will show you a bit later. We are doing this project in Flaxen Street in Oslo. It's a beautiful 2 freestanding houses. We managed to achieve in one site. This is just next to 6th Avenue, so it's in a very good spot. We got other projects going on Gregory Hills. We got one in Panania, another one is in Kerawi. There's one in Yaguna as well, and we've got another 4 or 5 duplex sites on the pipeline. So we are just doing all the due diligence, and once it is all set to go, then we will start advertising and present in front of the investors or the buyers. Now, we as a development company, we also have a good network of experts who source out, I should say, viable duplex sites in high demand areas. Then we have these private certifiers and town planners who will do all sort of behind the scene work, which we normally say due diligence, during which they check for all the services and assess if there are any risk factors, because the position where we are trying to operate and then help our clients to achieve their financial goal, we need to try to mitigate all the risk factors as well. Then our legal team also come into the picture, and they will look after all the legal side of things. If we get a green light from all these experts, we then go and acquire the land and apply to the local council for the subdivisions as required. Our finance team will break down all the cost and then make it a package. This sort of makes, it saves a lot of time and energy, and the risk of getting, losing your hard-earned money for the investors, and who are actually looking for duplex sites. As like I said, because the majority of the work is now done by us, our expert team. I can proudly say that whatever I present in front of you, the risk factor is very, very minimal, and we can achieve a very solid guaranteed return, should I say, for them. At the same time, I would also like to show you a presentation, small presentation that I prepared, Smriti. I've prepared this little presentation for the viewers. So we are looking at investing on duplex sites here. So this is like a typical duplex where you can see that it's not one house. I know it looks like one house, but it has one common wall. So there is a wall in between here, right? So this house is sharing one wall. As you can see, they both have their own entrances. So that's one of the requirements I mentioned before. They both have their own garage. So that's also one of the requirements. And yeah, this is a typical attached duplex. So yeah, now another one that I've got here is, this is the one that I was talking about before. Smriti, this is the one in Flaxen Street in Oslo. So as you can see, there are two separate houses now here, but it was one piece of land before. We had to apply for the DA for the council for the subdivision. Sorry, for the subdivision, and once the land got subdivided, we then managed to build two freestanding houses in this lot. So yeah, once it is completed, it may look like two separate houses in on two separate lots, but it was actually one lot before, and one of our investor managed to buy this, so he will end up having two houses. I think he's planning to live on one and he will sell the other one. Now this, I've done a little breakdown of the cost. I mean, it is a guide only from my experience. Don't follow this blindly. This is just a guide only, So let's say, I mean, looking at the current price, you may find a land which is suitable for duplex for 850. The land size, let's say, is 550. You will pay stamp duty, $3,400, $34,000. Subdivision contribution fees, that includes the council fees and stuff. That is 35,000. There can be other costs like legal costs and stuff like that. Let's say $10,000. So your total investment on the land is 929K. Then after the subdivision is done, we will get two pieces of land, and then you will end up with two separate houses as well. The subdivision process normally takes about 3 to 4 months. And and assuming that your construction cost is 720K for 2 houses. Now, I know that all the builders have their own rates. The rates, they can be different depending on the builders, and also it does differ according to what you want to build, the quality of inclusions you want to put, and also the size of the houses you want to build. Here, this 720K, sort of, I've got this figure based on around 22 squares house with a decent inclusions that we provide. The construction time, I would say around 8 months. And after 8 months, this is what we will end up with. Now, the land cost, it was 929. Construction, sorry, that's a little typo. That should be 729. So my figure will be a little bit off by 20,000. But yeah, the viewers, please read this accordingly. Just adjust the 20K. The project cost now is 1,629,000, and assuming that the bank finances 90% of this, and the selling fees which your agents will take, after the house is built. Obviously, you got to pay the agents to sell your house. Let's say it is 2%, which is pretty fair according to the current market prices. That's 31,000 roughly, and the interest on the finance are put in around $60,000. The total that you have spent is 1.72 million. Now, according to that figure, each house will cost you 860,000. You can easily sell that type of house, the one that I showed you in Flaxen Street. I mean, we've sold it for 965. So let's assume you sell it for 950. Then you end up with making close to $90,000 per house. Now, for 2 houses, you end up making 180. Now, if you look at the investment return, that's 10.44. Am I with you, Smithy? Am I? Yep. So
I was thinking, thank you so much for your expertise on investing in Duplex and showing us with the help of PowerPoint that sometimes we might understand visually more, and this is very helpful. And I hope our viewers is also finding this helpful. But once again, like Anurag ji mentioned, this is just a general information on prices. It's not fixed one, so this is just to give us an idea of what the investing looks like in Duplex. Yes, Anurag, please continue.
Yeah, so no, I'm pretty much done. I was just showing you that you can easily achieve up to 10, like that was pretty close to 10.4, 10.5% return on your investment. And all the moms and dads, or all the people out there with money in your bank, and just getting 2 to 3% from your bank, think again. Your money could be making 10 to 12% easily, if you come and invest with us. I mean, not only with us, but anywhere you go. If you invest on a Duplex site, easily your money should be making 10 to 12%. Don't just sit on your 2% from the bank.
All right, thank you. So thank you to all the viewers who's watching this show. So you heard us. If you have money to invest, money attracts money, I guess. So why not give this a go? If you would like more information on investing on Duplex, please do not hesitate to contact us. Anuragji, thank you once again for your thorough explanation on our investing on Duplex topic for our episode 3. To all the viewers, if you have any suggestion for us, what area you would like us to discuss on or have our episode on, please feel free to message us on that as well, because we do listen, and since we listened to you, we decided to continue our investment opportunities in property market for this episode as well, and we focus on Duplex. We'll be here again in next episode, and we'll cover more topic on investment if you would like. If not, we'll cover more topic on the property market in Sydney. So till I see you again. Thank you so much, and please take care.
Thank you, Smriti. It's been a real pleasure to be with you 2 weeks in a row. As you know, I will be away for a couple of months now. So I will be back after 2 months with some fresh ideas on investments. And until then, bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.